I've got a confession to make. I have not done a video for YouTube in like probably 10 years. Well, maybe not 10 years, but a long time. And I was using a Nikon camera that I don't really know how to use. And I finally got it to record, but the last minute or so of this podcast actually did not record. And I don't know why, because pretty sure when I went back to the camera, it was on. But anyway, whatever. So I did record the audio of the whole podcast and it will be included in that last minute or so, but you won't see me for it. So please forgive me. It was an honest mistake. Enjoy.
So, how many times have you ever gotten frustrated with somebody because they just would not make up their mind, no matter what you did, how many options they looked at? There's an article that I found in Health Magazine a couple months ago, and it talked about issues with making decisions. So, there's a term that psychologists use for the habit of considering every choice imaginable before you pick the best one. And someone like me might try to do this depending on how high the stakes are for this particular decision. The term is called maximization, and brain drain can result from trying to weigh all of your options. Researchers have actually found that maximizers tend to have higher anxiety, lower levels of happiness, and they struggle more with regret. In addition, they tend to be less satisfied with their choices compared to people that make their decisions faster. So, what do we do? There's 5 steps in this article about what to do when you don't know what to do. So, number one, set your priorities. Take the time to outline the key criteria for your ideal choice. The more time you spend reflecting on your goals, the less time that you'll spend evaluating the options. Number two, cut yourself off. Once you have your key criteria in mind, you're only going to search until you find 1 or 2 options that meet them. Then you have to stop looking. You have to make yourself stop. Now, look, I know I'm guilty of this. I'm thinking about the way that I work and the fact that I always have at least 10 tabs open in my browser at any given time. I've got the Firefox with at least one window and a bunch of tabs. And it doesn't matter whether I'm just trying to do research or find the best Airbnb to rent. I'm leaving tabs open, hoping that I will remember to get back to them later. And meanwhile, them tabs stay open for months or until Firefox just gives up and just resets me because they're sick of it. Number three, this is a big one. Get out of your head. Sometimes we start worrying about whether we've made the right decision and thinking about all the different scenarios where something could go wrong or a bunch of what ifs. If this is you, try talking it out with someone who won't add to your stress. Or you can make a list of pros and cons. Or just give yourself a break. Like go watch a TV show or play a game on your phone. Taking your mind off of the subject might help you loosen things up and you can go back to it later feeling clearer. Really, going away from anything and coming back works. Like when it comes to writing, when it comes to auditions, for voiceover or whatever, anything that you're doing creatively. Sometimes you just hit a rut and you just need to stop and take a break, and then everything just gets reset for you. Psychologists say that when you do this, giving yourself a break, you subconsciously process the information in a way that helps you see the bigger picture. And they're right about that. I don't know about you, but it works for me. Number four, let go of perfect. I gotta say that again. Let go of perfect. For perfectionists like me, and maybe you might think that if you do enough mental calculations that you can make the perfect decision, but there really isn't such a thing. It's very rare that you can always make a perfect decision. It's more likely that there are several choices that will work out for you. It's kind of like when people talk about finding the one. There might not be just the one in this whole entire world. Think about all of the billions and zillions of people in this world. And there's only one person in the entire world that's meant to be with you. Yeah, I don't like those odds. It's very possible that in this great big world of ours, there's more than one person in your life that you could be with and make a great partner. And if that wasn't true, then no widow or widower would ever get remarried because they already found the one and that person died. So why bother trying? They would be like, nope, that was my soulmate. I'm done. So here's a key point. Instead of saying, I need to make the right decision and put so much pressure on yourself, just say, I need to make a good decision, an educated decision. There's no way that you can control every variable possible or anticipate every twist of fate. A lot of times people even say, if only I had done this, then this would have happened. You cannot always base the outcome of a decision on the decision that you chose. There's so many variables. It's very possible that if you caught that elevator, that, maybe this would have happened. Or if you didn't catch the elevator, then this would have happened. We'll never ever know. And you could drive yourself literally crazy analyzing all that. Now, our fifth and final point is to commit. Sometimes after you make a decision, you analyze the choice again and you wonder if you did the right thing. But you can't judge the quality of a decision based on the outcome, as I said. So once you have finally made that decision, resist the urge to go back and reevaluate it. That's not going to help anything saying, oh, well, if only I had done this. You did the best you could with the information that you had. Even a so-so decision can become a good one if you will commit to making it work. But if, on the other hand, you're convinced that you'll be happier with something else, then that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, and you start to regret things. In the very worst case, which rarely happens, you make a mistake and you may feel bad, but you can learn from that mistake and fail forward. I love that term. Thank you, Tavis Smiley. Fail forward or fail up. Not making a decision is going to keep you stuck. No decision is a decision, and you got to make one. So just know that you made the best decision that you could, and that's progress. Again, these tips were inspired by a Health Magazine article called Make Up Your Mind that was in the May 2019 issue. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you watched it, give me a comment and let me know what you think of it. And I don't know if I'm going to keep doing these or not, but other people are doing them. And I'm like, you know what? I sort of kind of like watching people record their podcast, even though it's weird, right? Or having it play in the background. I don't know. To each her own, I'm not judging. So let me know what you thought, if you liked it. If you didn't like it, don't tell me, because that'll make me feel bad. Okay? All right. Take it easy. Thank you for kicking it with me today on the Kicking It with Doree podcast.